Currently, the Russian leadership has made a decision that it will not sit back and allow NATO the opportunity to carry out deep strikes against Russia. That if it gets to the point where Russia believes that NATO is preparing such strikes, Russia will react preemptively, and the preemption will be decisive and terminal for many European nations. In short, Russia will launch a preemptive nuclear strike against Europe that destroys entire nation states and then dare the United States to do something about it.
Shalom, shalom. First, I'd like to give all praises and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Ba'ashem Harakah Kodash Ma'amaf. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS, and honors to the elder of the Lionston Camp, Ahar One. And shalom to you brothers and sisters that's pushing the truth of sincerity. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 38, verse 4. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, and all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. All right, so as I put it in the clip before, I didn't get the full the 15 seconds before that, but the 15 seconds before that, he was talking about how there's members within the Russian government. There's members within the Russian government that's advising Vladimir Putin if NATO was to do any deep strikes or something in secret or anything like that. That was the message. That was the order, or that was the retaliation, or what's going to happen if they even think that NATO is doing it. All right, and the guy that was just speaking, he was an ex-Marine, and he made multiple documentaries, especially going on with the Ukrainian war, and talking about how it's not in our best interest, and how that was the same guy where the U.S. government tried to label this guy a domestic agent, a foreign terrorist, or a foreign agent, all because he was speaking out against the wickedness of the American government, the DOJ, which is not really a Department of Justice. It's a Department of injustice. Nothing but lies and deception and war. Nothing. That's all that's in their hearts, man, because they don't want the war to stop. But it's also because of the Lord, because the Lord don't want the war to stop. But the Lord also said that he was going to put hooks into thy jaws. And who is that talking about? He's talking about Russia. He's talking about Russia, the bear. And what everybody say? They're sharing prophecy without even knowing it. Everybody's saying you're going to poke the bear. You're going to poke the bear. And guess what they're doing? They're poking the bear. And they even say it. They even say that they're poking the bear. These journalists, the people that's on the media, what they call the fake news, all that, allegedly, But that's what they say, man. They say they're poking the bear. But the Lord said he's going to put hooks into that jaw. So the Lord is going to control Russia. He's going to control Gog, man. He's going to control him. Put hooks into that jaws, man, and he's going to escalate things. It says, man, it just came to mind. Jeremiah 51:2, and Jeremiah 51:1. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon, against them that dwell in the midst of them, that rise up against me a destroying wind. So he's going to rise up against Babylon, America, a destroying wind. Right? That destruction. And it says right here, it says, and will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her, and shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. All right, so it said that's what the Lord going to do. He's going to send enemies on top of in addition to Russia. But the Lord is going to cause Russia he's going to control Russia, man. Because that's the main thing, man. They usually go for a target. A target, whether it's an easy target or not, but they still go for a target. They try to conquer and destroy, lie, deceive, spew out nonsense. But there's no more of that. And then when Tucker Carlson went over there to Russia and interviewed Vladimir Putin, and he was trying to get to the bottom of things, man. Putin was speaking in parables to the dude. Parables as in he was speaking to the dude. He was speaking to Tucker Carlson, but the way that he was speaking to him, he wasn't speaking to him as in directly. He was kind of spitting facts at him via history. And Tucker Carlson knew that. And then what's another good thing too? A big thing too. Putin speaking in parabolic form and in parables. Putin speaking in parables and stuff like that, man. That's prophetic. That's also what's the word I'm looking for? That's the spirit. That's within the spirit, because I wouldn't be surprised if Vladimir Putin knows that he's being used to destroy America. I wouldn't be surprised. But touching on a point where they were saying, man, they're gonna send missiles over to they're gonna nuke Europe, if they even think NATO is behind any of that. This is the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. So that day is at hand, and we're getting closer to it, because now, instead of it being that indirect shot of saying, hey, it's going to be a retaliation if they were to do X. We seen the early stages of war when nuclear destruction wasn't talked about openly. They were saying it's going to be a retaliation. But now we're hearing of, okay, yeah, now we're going to nuke. It's going to be nukes. And you're hearing that. You're seeing them build up their nuclear arsenal. And it's also the Lord doing it as well, because guess what? In Revelations, it speaks of 200,000. All right? So it has to equate up to that much missiles to hit America. So whether they're doing it, whether or not, man, it's still gonna hit. Still gonna hit. And that's the best part about it. It says, let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. So it cometh quickly. And we hasten the day. We watch the prophecies, see what's going on, watch the news. I'm going to skip down in verse 2, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains. A great people and strong, there have not been ever the like, neither should there be any more after it, even to the years and many generations. So this destruction is going to be a great destruction with nuclear fire. And it's going to be the complete opposite of how the Lord destroyed the how the Lord did things with the times of Noah, right, with the flood. But what he's gonna do, he's gonna use nuclear fire. Man, it's a scary thing, and you hear, and when you see videos, and this is something that the elder kind of broke down. He said when you see videos and with missiles striking, you usually hear the sound of it. Hearing the sound, and it's a loud ass sound. You can hear it from miles and miles and miles away. And sometimes you can even feel the after effects of it. And man, imagine hearing that sound around the whole entire earth. That means that's going to be a great, great destruction. Like a very, very great destruction. Say the whole earth is going to tremble. The stars of heaven going to be shaken. You know? Well, the stars of heaven are going to be falling, meaning the missiles, but the whole earth is going to feel the destruction of America. The whole entire earth. And it's going to be a great thing, man. Not even to many generations. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness, yea, and nothing shall escape them. So so Putin is saying, yo, we're gonna hit Europe if we even speculate that they're doing they're doing deep strikes within Russia. Man, that's so scary, because that's a direct act of war. Directly. And within that, you got talks of a recession. And a fun fact as well, and this is just something that other brothers can bring up too. It was a guy who's a big investor into gold and silver. Redacted brings him on all the time. Is the guy that's CEO of Lear Capital. But the statistic that he said on the show, he said that in 1999, the central banks held 86% or 88% of U.S. dollars in treasuries. And fast forward to today, that number has dropped 25%. So that means 50% of central banks are holding U.S. dollars in reserves, which is bad. And he also said that there's more U.S. dollars within these other countries than there is in America, which means that you see all these countries, they're continually to sell off their U.S. treasuries and dump the dollar. That means them dollars have to come back here to America, which isn't a good look, because shit is already high as is, and it's already inflation now. And the Federal Reserve is holding a meeting to see if they're gonna raise interest rates, lower interest rates. And I think this either happened already or was gonna happen. But I heard it, said it about a couple of days ago or something like that. But that's just a statistic. But within all of that, the Lord got war going on. He got recession. Then you got the uproars of the people. All right. This is 2 Ezra 15-16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the courses of their actions shall stand in their power. So the Lord spoke of this. He spoke of sedition among men as well, between different types of groups, whether it be the letter groups against the regulars, or it could be the groups between ethnic people, or it could be a group between Democrats and Republicans. You know, and we're seeing more hatred toward, especially during political, because with Kamala Harris and Trump, and then with the whole, everything, man, we're seeing everything fall. We're literally watching the fall of Babylon the Great. We're seeing the fall of America. This is something that's going to be talked about for generations and generations and generations. You know? And it says, and a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Right, with martial law. Well, I got the point on that. All right, and within all that, man, just to sum it up and just to recap, man, everything is leading up to destruction for America. And we're watching it. And more and more when things start to escalate more and more into this war, we're going to see shit changing. Especially within the elections. Whoever the hell get elected. Even if Trump was to get elected, shit's too far gone. But if he was to stop the war, he could put it off for a little bit. But then again, you still got to worry about the recession and a huge ass fucking economic bubble. And then you still got to worry about the BRICS currency. And you still got to worry about them still dumping the U.S. treasuries because they're going to the BRICS. Then you still got to worry about sedition among men because one group is going to be mad at the other. So no matter how it goes, this place is finished. Whether it be now, next year, whenever the fuck, because it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And it's because the Lord spoke it.